This is a guide on how to perform hyperdashing. Usually there is a mandatory delay between dashes, but if you set up just right, you can dash forever. There are two main aspects of hyperdashing: initiating and maintaining, but later I'll talk about other related topics. The hyperdash can only be performed when touching a gate. It works on both directions. Every time you unlock a gate, notice how, for a brief moment, the gate seems open, but Rex is standing still. 2 frames later, the gate is truly open, you are able to move. If you then dash exactly at the first or second frame after the gate is truly open, you will initiate the hyperdash. If you touch the gate, go away from it and touch it again, you can increase the window for initiating the hyperdash from 2 to up to 6 frames. I'll call this knocking. It's worth mentioning that you don't need to open the gate to initiate the hyperdash. For now, that is only useful on level 9. Maintaining the hyperdash is easier. You have to space out the subsequent dashes. If you dash too quickly, you most likely lose the hyperdash. So you need to wait 8 frames or more to dash again. 15 frames is the regular interval of a dash plus the mandatory delay, and if you wait that long, the hyperdash stops. With the main aspects covered, I'll move to a little bit of practice. You can use it on every gate. I practice on level 9, but the time gain is small because it's a short section. The longer the better. You can also join our Discord server and ask for the hack with the practice level. On level 45, if you notice that you don't have the hyperdash, you can default to the regular dashes. There are several other gates that don't punish you for failing the trick. However, level 12 is not one of those, and if you find it too difficult, you can jump and dash in the air, dashing again when hitting the ground. This strat is used on 100%, and most players find it easier to perform. In March of 2022, Hamburger Man performed this long hyperdash for the first time in the individual level 12 world record. That prompted a discussion if it's considered a glitch or not. Although it's hard to do it on purpose, the hyperdash happens a lot just by chance. To make matters worse, players naturally want to dash as soon as possible, in another video may also trigger a hyperdash. Part of common gameplay. For that reason, the speedrunning community decided to allow it in the glitchless categories. At first, we just mashed as fast as we could. I tried mashing in a fast but regular rhythm and got more success even in longer sections like playing level 45. I was using even in full game runs. However, the risk of losing the hyperdash was still there, and the longest session of level 45 was still exclusive to individual level records. In December of 2023, Bedrock released the first version of a level editor. A couple of months later, in February of 2024, I created a practice level and a test to experiment with different dash intervals. I discovered that there are random dead zones that your hyperdash will stop, like if you press a dash each 6 frames. But most importantly, longer intervals always work and are actually faster than the inconsistent 4 to 5 frames of the early records. On the making of this guide, I again used a test to explore how to initiate the hyperdash, discovering the 2-frame window. I also analyzed the code to know how it works internally, discovering the knocking. Analysis in the description. Finally, there's a tech that applies when you want to unlock a gate, but Rex is coming from above. Normally, if you hug the wall, the gate will unlock only when you finish sliding, but with some horizontal speed you can unlock it through the wall. That works because the game looks 1 frame ahead, disregarding obstacles in the way. Another strat that works is to put your back against the wall. It will unlock as soon as you touch the top of the gate. You can combine this with hyperdash for faster times. I hope I was able to help you. There's a link to other Pixel Quest guides in the description. Thank you for watching.